Hello, welcome to my video. So I recently bought some mallets to play with my RAV. I enjoy playing some singing bowls along with the RAV, and I wanted something that I could strike both of them and get a nice clean sound. And after I began experimenting with the mallets a little bit on the RAV, I came up with something interesting. I think I was inspired by the little rubber mallets that people rub along the gongs and create these really cool sounds. And when I began to do that on the RAV, kind of rubbing it across the tongues and along the sides of the tongues, I came up with some really interesting and beautiful sounds that reminded me a little bit of singing bowls. And as I haven't seen this mentioned online anywhere, maybe it is and I just haven't seen it, I felt like I would make a video to share this with you all and see what you guys can come up with. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a little bit and then I will go into a bit more detail on kind of some of the different sounds I can make with the mallets on the tongue. So thank you. So there are a few different ways to get sounds with the mallets on the tongues. And first thing I want to say is consistency can be a bit of an issue sometimes. It's just, I don't know, it's just really particular sometimes in the way that you rub the mallet across the tongue. Sometimes you get a really good sound, other times it seems like it almost doesn't even work. So it definitely takes some time to kind of feel it out. And even after experimenting with this for a month or two, I still haven't figured that part out. And the different tongues really make a difference, because the two smaller tongues on my drum, I really have problems getting sounds out of them. Almost never on the little one, once in a while on the other one. And you just get different sounds out of them. Like this one in particular. This is the only one I can get to sing like this. And that's just kind of rubbing along the very edge of the tongue here. And this one produces the higher octave of this note. The ding is the same way. It doesn't sing quite as well, but it's the same deal. It produces the higher octave here. But like I say over here, I really struggle with getting a consistent sound out of that one. Some of these I can. But like with my left hand sometimes here, it's fine. So it's really, the direction seems to matter as well. But mainly the idea is along the edges and across the like little V works really well. But you can also kind of do like very long strokes across. Either across the V or across the two little things here. And there's also kind of like the downstroke across the V. See, I get a little bit of sound there, not much. Here, almost nothing. But yeah, it could be a down or it could be an upstroke. And then there's also kind of the strike and hold and kind of rub it across as well. This note here can sometimes get it to really keep sustaining by just circling. That's the only note that I've been able to get this to work consistently on. So yeah, maybe there's some things I haven't thought of yet, but this is kind of what I've been experimenting with. So thank you. I have a D Celtic minor scale, and my RAV is very worn. I live in the jungle and I have some rust issues, so a lot of the blue coating is kind of worn off a little bit on the top. So I'm really curious if the condition of my drum affects the way I can get sounds from this with the mallets. If one that isn't as worn is easier or harder. I'm curious about the different types of mallets. The ones I have are some very soft rubber, very similar to like a little rubber ball you would buy. And yeah, I'm not sure just how other things are going to work with it. I don't really have access to any other RAVs or any other mallets right now, so I'd be curious of other scales, how well they work. It seems like the smaller tongues are really hard to get sounds out of, so maybe a scale that has more tongues that are larger would work better, but who knows? I sort of put this out there and see what you guys can come up with. It'd be great to hear some of your experiences if you guys could try this. And yeah, so I hope you appreciate my video, and many blessings.